Hello again guys, and welcome back to a brand new video with me, Tom, from The Honest Meeple. Today we are going to be unboxing this brand new Crossroads game from Hat Games. It is Forgotten Waters, where you become a pirate on the seven seas. Let's check out what's inside this box. So you join me at the table with this very exciting copy of Forgotten Waters. It is a brand new release from Hat Games. It is the Crossroad series that is making a comeback. However, this has a very distinct pirate theme, something that really gets me interested. So yeah, it's kind of... We haven't really seen the Crossroads series much. We did obviously have Gen 7 last year. However, this has caused a real stir in the kind of board game world. I think one of the biggest things is the fact that you get the ability to kind of play this remotely. There is an app that you can get, which I'll show you in shortly as we kind of unbox the game. Enough of me rambling, let's have a look at the back. So it is for ages 14 plus. You get 3 to 7 players in a game, and it plays in about 2 to 4 hours. Now, I'll read the back the best I can. So, ahoy me mateys, from the minds that brought you Dead of Winter comes a thrilling new game for the sea dog in all of us. Forgotten Waters, a Crossroad game that plunges players into the lives of pirates aboard the finest ship ever to sail the seas. Okay, it ain't the finest ship, not even close really, but it's certainly not the worst. Play through the exciting app-assisted scenarios and laugh as you and your friends decide if you want to save the world or bonk it on the head and steal its money. Each game of Forgotten Waters is a fantastic new misadventure filled with the discovery of exotic new lands. Players will plunder loot, bury treasure in places they'll never see again, and participate in the kind of violent shenanigans their mothers never approved of. You will be getting a different game every time you play this because of the app and the way that it leads you through the scenarios. I'm a big fan now of how apps are being used in conjunction with games. It provides a really good gameplay experience. Mansions of Madness, for example, one of my favourite games. It just makes it so much easier. It provides atmosphere with sounds and noises and sound effects. It's just... everything about it just seems good, and I get people are sometimes against it. I can see why. It's kind of, this is the analogue side of gaming, but you know, if an app works and it provides more to the gameplay, I've got no complaints. So yeah, those familiar with Dead of Winter will find kind of a similar setup here with the decisions you'll be making throughout the game. The box cover art just... so good. You've got Spot UV here. Yeah, it just looks awesome. So, you have the rulebook, which is considerably light. I'll show you now. You've got the object of the game. Now, the Forgotten Waters app, I'll show you kind of how that works in a second. But it is... it does require the app. So, this isn't... if you don't have any device that can play it, don't worry, because most devices will be able to do it. But if you don't have anything to kind of download the app, then perhaps this may not be the best game for you because you need it to play the game. You've got the components. It gives you a quick brief overview of what everything does. So you've got the location book, which is just under there, which we'll get to in a second. And then, yeah, you've got all sorts of different bits and pieces here. This is actually just, yeah, it's just one page of components. 2 pages of components, sorry. Showing everything. So you've got the player sheets that you'll be using as well. The ship scribe sheets, the navigation tokens, and other components. You have the setup page here, and then it tells you how you play around. Now, essentially, this is the game right here. You have the game setup, you have how to play around, phase 1, 2, and 3. And then you turn a new page to the book, winning and losing, saving a game. So you can save the game midway through, so don't panic. It's not a problem, but yeah, that is essentially the game in a nutshell. Really like that it's brief, it's quick and easy to read. Now, you also get onto the game effects, so you'll be resolving effects throughout the game. And this shows you and details every single kind of effect that you'll have to resolve, and how to resolve it. So don't worry, if you come across something you don't know, it's probably on this page. Finally, you have a pirate name generator, which I find really interesting. So we're gonna so you roll two 12-sided dice, you multiply them together, and consult the moniker chart to determine your moniker. Then roll two 12-sided dice, multiply them together, and consult the name chart to determine your name. Combine the two together to form your pirate name. So I don't have any 12-sided dice, so I'm just wondering whether Google has because I know that you can. Yeah, here we go. You can roll a dice. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we've got a dice roll of are we multiplying them or adding them together? Multiply them together. Oh wow. Okay. So that was 12 times 5 is 60, so we're looking for 60. Coleco. And we'll roll the dice again, which will give us 10 and 3, which is 30. Coleco Basilfinger. That is my pirate name, apparently. So yeah, a neat little thing on the back there to create your character. Which is exactly where you're going to be putting on here. Yeah, so these are the player sheets. So as you can see, it will give you kind of what sort of pirate you are, the different kind of stats, the endings that you can have throughout the game, story blanks which you can fill in. This game is very much a kind of like storybook-esque game. You're going to be running through it. Oh yes, very excited. So they're the player sheets. These are the ship scribe sheets, I believe. Yeah. So it's the ship's log. So you're going to put the ship name, what scenario you're on, the events, the quarters. So when you tick these off, you'll be reading entries as you go along. So that is the ship scribe. Now this is the location book. It's a ring-bound book. It's very nice. And if we open it up, this is kind of how you'll be using this book, and this will dictate how the scenarios play out along with the app. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'll just show the first page. So you've got the hungry crew, so you choose one of the following. So you can feed the hungry crew, ask them to go hungry, or let them raid the supplies. And you'll have various different outcomes throughout that, and you'll play those out. And I'm guessing you would input those onto the app. We'll find out in a minute. You've got the open sea there. Oh, look at that artwork. It's very jazzy, kind of cartoony-esque artwork, but I really like it. I'm a big fan. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a really, really nice kind of storybook style there. We then have... Right. So these are going to be... I'm guessing these are punch boards with all different tokens in. Yeah, so these, you've got first mate, boatswain, cooper... gunner, quartermaster, these are all the different kind of roles. All of these are punch boards. Oh, punches out beautifully. All different tokens. What have you got here? You got, that's money, isn't it? I think. Are they? Oh no, these are reroll. You've got reroll tokens. These are the threat tokens. These are the lock tokens. These are all the location, the navigation tokens that you've got. More navigation tokens and the reroll tokens. You then have a massive board, which you'll be placing in the middle of the play area. You then have the characters and the ship. You have the wheels that you'll be using for the dials. And then you have, these are the misfortune tokens, hence the little banana on them. But yeah, these, they just look great, don't they? I love, those are your pirate figures that you've got. Really nice. So yeah, those are all the punch boards. You then get, that's why they say 12-sided dice, because there's 12-sided dice in there. one for each player, plus the standees, plus the, I'll get one of each. You've got a dice for each player, you've got those for the dials, and then you've got a standee for each of the player tokens as well. So you get a bag of those, and then you have the cards. So I'm looking at these, I think these are the objective cards. Yes, you've got the objective cards there. I don't want to give too much away because this is like a story game. I don't want to show all the cards and then spoil it for people. I think these are the treasure story cards. So it'll tell you the card number. It will dictate kind of an action or something that will happen. And it has a number which is relevant to the app. And then finally you have the... Oh no, they were the treasure cards, the ones with the yellow backs. These are the story cards with the blue backs. Plus you get ones for each character. So they're the character cards. Didn't show them the right way up. And then these are the story cards. So these are going to progress the story as well. So when you gain this card, all players who control one or more other pirate pals gain one reroll. Pirate Pal Hangry Hippo. When you gain this card, all players who control one or more other pirate pals gain reroll +1. Oh, they're pirate pals. Ah, they're similar cards, but yeah, again they progress the story and are shown in the app. So you're probably asking, what is the app? How does it work? Well, I can show you by switching on my phone screen. So, apologies, because earlier, just as we were going through everything, I said you needed an app. You don't need an app. It is a web-based app. So you just need something that can connect to the internet and has a web browser. That can be either on your mobile or your desktop browser. It is kind of made for both, but it's actually looking at this, as you can see, it's more for mobiles because it's kind of central and narrow down the middle. But there we are. This is what you'll be greeted by. It's fwcrossroads.com. Now, you can... click play now, which is the first option. You've got a little bit of news, so they've added a voiceover audio for Dead or Alive. Now all the scenarios bar one have the audio, which you can add in to add a bit of theme to the game, which is really nice. You then have the remote assistant. So this has just been announced. Because of lockdown, I don't know whether they had this in the plan already, but obviously this is perfect for lockdown. You only need one copy of the game. You can then get all your other mates, friends, to get onto Remote Assistant, and you can use that to play with people across the internet, which is great. Really nice idea, I think. You can install for offline use if you don't want to be on the internet for ages. You've got options to change up the game, extra ship and player sheets, which will take you to the Played Hat website. You've also got variants, and I'll go on to the variants quickly because this is really important. You can play this solo and two-player. It doesn't say it on the box, but yes, it is possible. So you'll have one-player game, a solo game, where you play as 4 standees, and a two-player mode where you control 3 standees each. And obviously there's varying kind of setup bits and pieces and the way it plays. That's really important, but the key is you can play solo and you can play two-player. So if you want to play, you click play now and it greets you with the scenarios, and you select which scenario you want. So you'll say beyond the ocean's edge, and then you'll enter the entry number, and then press YAR to set up the game. You can view the setup, so it will play the audio track. I won't go into it, but you can either see the text of how to set it up, or you can go into the audio player. So you can click yes, and it will show you how to set the board up, what navigation tiles to put out, the ship setup, any special rules. And you can go through that and it will tell you how to do that. You can start the timer to keep track. It does 40 seconds. I believe that will be used throughout the game. And then you also have the entry history. So as you enter the numbers in from the cards, that will come up on there. So you know what you've entered previously. And that is the app. It's kind of... I'm getting a kind of vibe of detective. purely because in Detective you'll have cards and you enter that detail into the website, and it brings up the information you need. It's kind of similar to that, but I feel the use of the app is more kind of thematic in this case, because you've got the voiceover, but it's not as intrusive, and as kind of, it doesn't dictate the whole game, this app, so that's really nice to see. But that is the app. So if we go back to the table, I can say that is Forgotten Waters. That is everything you'll find in the box, and as I said, that was a quick overview of the app. I'm really, really excited to try this game out. I love the Crossroad games, I love Dead of Winter, however, give me a pirate theme any day of the week. Big thumbs up from me. The fact you can play this remotely and solo or 2-player is an even bigger bonus. So yeah, don't be put off by the 3-player count. It is possible. It won't be the same game from a player count of 3 to 7. However, you can still play it solo and 2-player. So that's important to remember. But if you have a copy of the game and you've got your game group on Zoom, get them on Zoom and you can play remotely. Even better. So yeah, this is Forgotten Waters from Plaid Hat Games. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. Do join me next time where I'll be unboxing even more games and giving you reviews. If you've liked what you've seen, do please pop a like down below. I really do appreciate it. And if you do like what you see and you want to be updated when I upload, do hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified on my next upload. So that leaves me to say thank you very much for watching, guys. And as always, I'll see you all next time.